What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. All right, we about to get into some real conversation tonight. Okay, I need to bring this message before we get too far into this new year. I think this is something that a lot of us out there can benefit from. All right, so I feel like this new year that we just entered, you guys need to make very, very sure that you do not allow for toxic relationships to seep back into your lives, okay? That goes for toxic romantic relationships, toxic family situations, and toxic friendships, even toxic work environments. All right. So, how do you know a relationship is toxic? Well, for one, it is not a reciprocal relationship, meaning it's only one sided. Only one person really benefits from the relationship. So if you find you are the one out of the two, and you're the one putting forth most of the effort. Okay, so for instance, say you work and you put forth a lot of effort at your job, but you don't get any recognition for it. You don't get any pay raise. You don't get any like congratulatory pat on the back, even though for a job situation we're only accepting pay raises. Okay, but yeah, that's an example of a toxic work relationship. You know what I'm saying? You are putting out a lot for your job, but your job isn't recognizing that and seeing your value and making sure that they put back in to you. Okay. And the same definitely goes for toxic relationships. So if you find that you are the one holding the relationship, you are the one constantly reaching out, you are the one, buying gifts and being vulnerable, but your partner is not, guess what? That's a form of a toxic relationship. All right. It definitely goes beyond that once you get into disrespect, but that's how this leads to disrespect. If you allow a person to use you or to lower your value, eventually it's going to lead to blatant disrespect. All right. So that's why when you find yourself in these one-sided relationships, you have to nip them in the bud, because people will push their boundaries with you, and they will see, especially if you have a good heart and they know that you will do things. You don't do things always to get something back. Half the time you're doing things just out of the goodness and kindness of your heart. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to get anything back in return. You know what I'm saying? But just because you don't seek getting stuff back in return, that doesn't mean that's what you deserve. Okay, so people will see that within you and try to milk you for that. So just make sure that you have your spiritual eyes open. Y'all follow your intuition when it comes to these toxic relationships. Never let anybody disrespect you, even in the slightest, okay? That doesn't mean that you have to get disrespectful with someone back, but you need to let people know your boundaries, all right? People will try to get in little jabs when they can, and all disrespect starts off just very, very small, but it can escalate to something greater. And sometimes that leads up to violence, domestic violence, or violence between friends, or for the work environment, it could be a real legit, pay discrepancy, or you're being discriminated against and you're not, getting rightfully paid. So you need to make sure you nip things in the bud the first time they happen, and just make sure that people are, giving you the same energy that you're giving them. Because if not, it's just going to lead you to a toxic situation down the line that's going to be one-sided, that's going to drain you emotionally. You're going to be out here looking distressed, because you're trying to help Joe Schmo and everybody else, thinking, oh, my time's coming. No. Focus your energy on you, all right, until there's a person or an environment that puts into you what you put into them. All right. That's just my advice. All right. So I'll talk to y'all later. Let me know if y'all have ever dealt with a toxic relationship in the comments below. And let me know what you're going to do this year to make sure you're not dealing with that shit no more.